Nuclear Energy by Jeremiah Daniels, A.J. Marabuto, Ashley Carroll, and Matt Brzezinski. What is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy is energy released by a collision from an electron that causes bonds in an atom to break. Fuel rods. Fuel rods provide material, mostly uranium, to have divided by shy electrons. There are also control rods to prevent too much division. In other words, a nuclear explosion. Uranium is an important material in nuclear energy. Uranium is a silvery, radioactive heavy metal that is naturally found in an ore called uraninite, a mixture of mostly non-fissile, non-divisible isotopes. The most commonly used isotope is U-235, and it is used in both reactors and nuclear weapons. Now I'm going to tell you about nuclear fission and power plants. A nuclear power plant uses the heat generated by a nuclear fission process to drive a steam turbine, which generates usable energy, or electricity. Radiation. Radiation is a spontaneous emission of smaller particles found in an alpha, beta, and gamma rays. It is used in nuclear reactors that the emission causes continuous reactions that release more radiation. You're probably wondering what nuclear fission is. Nuclear fission is when a larger atom splits into smaller atoms, free electrons, and a large amount of energy, as you can see from the illustration right here. So what is nuclear energy used for? Nuclear energy is used to produce large amounts of electricity by harnessing the energy found in decaying radioactive products, such as uranium. Nuclear energy also has other uses. For example, clean water can be produced from nuclear energy. The water discharged from nuclear power plants is very safe. It's free of radiation and harmful pollutants. Nuclear energy is also used in sterilization. Gamma emissions can be used for the sterilization of medical supplies like cotton swabs, bandages, and gloves. Advantages of nuclear energy. Since the Earth has limited supplies of coal and oil, nuclear power plants could still produce electricity when coal and oil become scarce. As the illustrations show here, oil and coal are saying that they are both limited, but the nuclear power plant is saying that it's not limited. Advantages continued. Nuclear energy does not depend on fossil fuels, and it is not affected by fluctuating gas and oil prices. See here, you can obviously see that the gasoline price is fluctuated. It's up to $5. Now, let's move on to the disadvantages. Mining and purifying uranium has not been a very clean process. This is a huge disadvantage because uranium is a very important product to the production of uranium products, such as nuclear energy. Disadvantages continued. Nuclear reactors can have a disaster called a nuclear meltdown. I'm sure most of you remember this last year, or 2 years ago, there was a nuclear meltdown in Japan on March 21st of 2011. The picture right here shows what Japan actually looked like from the nuclear meltdown and the tsunami. What kind of people would favor nuclear energy? Nuclear energy will best suit Americans, as a majority of Americans believe that nuclear energy is safe. As of 2010, 62% of American citizens approved of nuclear energy. So here's the big question. Is it safe to move in next door to a nuclear power plant? The answer is yes, because there have been many increases in safety and the security of nuclear power plants. Therefore, the possibility of nuclear meltdowns has been reduced.